there's so much thought of other people and other instances that come into a syndication model, which is why, when you're investing, you can't just invest based on the return on investment. You also have to invest based on sleeping at night points. Yes. Does this make me feel better as a human being? It's one of the reasons I invest in Tesla. I love Elon's vision. So I love that.
Me too.
One of the reasons I invest, right?
Yes.
He's thinking
my son
big.
also, yes.
and like the same thing with the syndications is, do I like the syndicator? Do I like the operator? Do I like the person and their passion, their mission, what they're doing? Is the project serving? Like when you and I were talking about doing assisted livings, it's like, yes, this is an asset class that serves the people who can't serve themselves anymore, the yes, elderly, the people who, paid it forward for generations, took care of their kids, their grandkids, their great grandkids. They built this country, the baby boom generation. And now they're at an age where it's like, we've got to pay it forward and kind of help them out, but they physically can't take care of themselves. And how long is this going to last? Well, once the baby boom generation passes on, well, then you have the X generation that's going to come back after that. So putting these assisted livings into place is saying, let's take care of the people who took care of us in the future, like allowing them to have a space to exist for the long term.
Love it. 10,000 baby boomers are turning 65, then 4,000, 70, and then 3,000, 80, 85. And that's going to keep on doing this 10,000 until the last baby boomer, 2031. What? Yep. It's only 2022, 9 more years. Every day, 10,000 are turning 65. So there is a huge, huge tsunami. We call it silver tsunami, like we discussed. It is a millennial tsunami, silver tsunami, and the immigration tsunami. So I've been kind of talking about those three all over, in my podcast and spreading the word. But you're so right. The thing is, when we do syndication, and that's what I caught on 16 years back, I couldn't really invest so much money on my own money to buy what, right? You could get 10 units, 20 units, 100 units, and you're done. But with syndication, you're able to harness the money of your family, friends, neighbors, people that you trust. And you can do, there is $36 trillion, trillion dollars in retirement funds in USA alone, 36 trillion. And only, I think I was reading it, 9 trillion is into real estate REITs and other stuff like that. But syndication, private syndication, it's only 3%. What? Just 3% of the whole, the real estate side. So that's why private syndication is amazing, because then people can diversify through self-directed IRAs, 401ks, EQRP, solo 401k, QF plans, all that, rather than doing on the stock market where you are buying REITs. You're able to buy into huge returns with private investment in commercial, in mobile homes, apartments, hotels. I mean, you name it, right? Assisted living and, all these storage units. Oh my gosh, I forgot. And strip shopping centers and all those. The exciting part, which you just touched on, is how many people you're serving. Investors, their families, their livelihood, their savings, their children going to school, all those things. Then we say, our investors are gold, our residents are gold at the communities we serve. Their families, they're being a better part of, economy and jobs. And then the vendors, hold on. How many thousands of vendors we are able to bring to our, see our commercial buildings to do the work, and their families are affected. Then, of course, our staff, right on this, communities, our Monil Premier communities, we call it. So their families and, and then we come our family and friends. So we are affecting so many people with the word syndication, which is just pulling the money together to get at a much higher level of participation in the economy.
That's right. And Vinny, I love it the way you just explained that. And I think a lot of people forget that as syndicators, as real estate investors, it really is our job to
Yeah.
do the hard work that the government can't do. So
Yeah.
one, we're creating housing, and
Yeah.
two, with the assisted living, we're really creating a lot of jobs, creating
Yeah.
a lot of employment in a time where we know that automation, we know that robots, we know that genomics, we know that AI and batteries are
Yeah.
going to change how many people actually have jobs. They're completely wiping out a lot of existing jobs. But taking care of an elderly person is a
Yeah.
role that is going to be more and more in demand in the future. But unless there's an association put together to have that, to house those people, those jobs can't exist. So all the hard work that you're putting into building this, and we know how this works. It isn't hard work; it's intentional work. It's
It's
right work.
intentional. You're so right. And also it was something in the calling because all the properties, especially so many buyers have come into the market. We know that.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's been less product, but a lot of buyers.
yes.
I don't know if I shared with you or I'm sharing with the audience here. I bought a deal, 308 units in Austin, Texas. And I could not believe within 2 years, it's gone up from 35 million to 63 million. I've never had
Jeez.
such a big home run in my life. Everybody I share with them, they say, Vinny, what the heck are you talking about? I said, you know what? I never knew when I bought this deal with my partner, it's going to grow. The cap rate will be, shrunk so highly. So I had to decide 3 years back or so that I need to go into working class, which I've been chasing, to a non-working class. So totally non-working class, no jobs, serenity, lakes, golf courses, kind of, retirement communities. So that's what I'm chasing now to build from ground up these assisted livings. And with grace of God, we are able to build them in 11 months and $4 million it only takes us, and a $12 million loan. So that way we could build it for 16, and they're worth about 22 million and so on, So it's a good model, and it's something which we can scale. Like my goal is 2 billion, as
Yeah.
in this decade. So we got about 7.5 more years. I know we'll be able to do it,
And that's one of the things I love about you, Vinny, is you set a goal, and then you said, okay, this is a goal I have financially. How many people do I have to serve to reach that goal? That's what we've talked about this whole time, is how many people am I helping? What are the different layers? And it's because at some point you set a financial goal that said, okay, this big, now that means I got to serve this many people. And people don't look at it that way. They look at money, 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 money. That's why they have none.
Oh my gosh, Gualter, you hit the nail on the head, brother. As a matter of fact, one of my very good mentor, he shared with me a story many years back.
Hi, you are listening to Syndication Made Easy podcast. We will be right back after this short break.
Hi, thank you so much. This is Vinney Chopra, and thank you for subscribing to my podcast and YouTube channel and Facebook pages and all the great things, and LinkedIn. Connect with me. I come live to you every Friday at 9:30 Pacific with Vinney and Bo Show. Please also look at that. And also the podcast, which is my Apartment Syndication Made Easy. The book I wrote a couple of years back became international top seller on Amazon International now. And then we like to bring great guests for you every week or twice a week sometime to give you a lot of great knowledge. So please subscribe. You give us 5-star reviews on the iTunes. The better the guests we can bring, and our ranking will go higher also. Thanks again for following us and really getting the most out of it. Please comment, like, share, because we would love to bring better and better material for you. As a matter of fact, one of my very good mentor, he shared with me a story many years back. He says, he written out a business plan, huge, maybe 30 pages, and bound it and everything. He took it to his mentor, literally. And the mentor looked at it and he threw it in the trash. What? His mentor threw it in the trash that he has spent so much time writing it out, what he's going to do, what his goals were, vision was, how he's going to accomplish and, greatness. And you know what? He asked his mentor, he says, why did you put it into the waste paper basket? I put so much efforts. He said, son, you forgot to talk about your people that you're going to serve. You are talking about me, 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 me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. You never brought the people you're going to serve. How many people you're going to serve and why they will need you and all those. That's the nuts and the bolts of success.
Yes.
Many times we forget that. We forget why we are in business, and it's how we can really go back to the mountain, we call it, right? Look from the mountain. If you were a customer, we all were our own customers, literally.
Yep.
And we need to really spend time in learning about that specific customer rather than going blasting all over, which I'm getting better at it. I met very good people, friends of mine, personal branding. I think, Rory Vaden and AJ Vaden, shout out to them.
Nice.
In Sarasota.
Legends.
And, Sarasota, Ritz-Carlton, we met them just 2 weeks back. And Rory and they have personal brand group, actually. I think it's called Beautiful People. Wonderful. AJ and Rory, husband-wife team. But the key thing is the avatar. We need to really look at who are we serving, what our goods and services are, but then we go back and then we find out where we could serve them to take care of the difficulties or the problems they have, right? The other thing I want to talk about, if I may, a little bit, Gualter, many times we are looking for yeses, rejection. We hate rejection. We go down. We get into the ground. We say, why me? Poor me. We are only looking for yeses. But then I told at Ritz-Carlton, I said, what? How much money? This was a very powerful group, by the way. Mastermind group from brother Luke Wren. Luke Wren, I wanted to again say, Rebecca and Luke, they invited me and my daughter, Monica, to their mastermind, multimillionaires over there. Holy cow, their thinking was like amazing. And I said only one thing. I said, if you're making $2 million earnings in a year or 10 million in a year, I would suggest that you write down on a piece of paper how many people have to say yes so that you will make that kind of earning. And then next to that is the ratio, because we got to see how many no's you have to go through to get the yes. So let's say if it's 50 yeses in the whole year, that's once a week almost, and then 20 no's a week. So then you combined everything, yeses and no's, and you take $10 million earnings, divide that by the total.
Yep.
Now, the yeses and the no's have the same value.
Yes. I love that.
So every time you get a no, you say, I put so many thousands in my pocket.
That's it.
I'm happy.
Money's going in.
Get to the next no. You just change the no's rather than yeses, and more yeses will come. I'm telling you, it has happened in my life. I'm sure in yours. Top salespeople, that's exactly what they do. They control their mind to make sure that every prospect gets the same presentation, and we dig deeper into their knows and wants and needs and everything. And we use the whole, system to present every person, because if they said no, it's for that time. It's not a rejection, personal rejection, not at all. It's just that they just don't have the need, or timing is not right, or whatever, right? They may turn into a great referral person, or they maybe even be getting our services later on. But the big thing is to sow those seeds.
Put it in the ground.
Oh my
Put it in the
gosh.
ground. Water it.
keep on watering, and also look at every prospect as if they are 20 times. Wow. That really was revelation in my life, because I read a book, I think Walk Like a Giant and Sell Like a Madman or something like that was the book. I couldn't believe it. I mean, somebody was there, and he said, you look at each prospect as if it's a 20 times the business that one person is going to give, because if they are happy, they're going to share with so many other people, and you'll be able to really mushroom, and they will attract more people into your life. I remember that in my raising money, Walter, that's what happened. I always saw, and every investor that they could bring 5, 10, 20, brother, just like what you did over there. Look at that. That's so true, because my number one investor got me 27 million. What? My early investor, one investor, brought his friends and others, and a lot of other people brought their families and all that. So out of this 160 or 70 million I've raised, whatever, and we are raising more, it's just because people. Anyway, Vinney, shut up, man.
Vinney, you're on fire.
You're talking. I'll give you the stage.
You're speaking sales. You're talking about manifesting. You're talking about raising capital. This is just the money right now. So we can say it's my stage. I'll say I agree to everything you just said.
Oh my
that's
God.
the truth.
But please take us into more wealth techniques. I mean, the biggest thing, you're so right. It's not how much we know. It's not all the trainings, all the courses we go and master, and even the talks we cram up and presentations we have. It's the mindset. Yeah. Take it away from there, brother.
That's where all the magic is done. And it's the community. It's the network. So the idea behind 52 weeks to wealth, 52 wealth principles, is if I jammed everything to somebody's head in because you could read it in an hour, all 52 principles, you could read that in 10 minutes. But to implement it into your life, each principle takes time to set in, takes time to reprogram, takes time to readjust. And then once you've got it in here, you've got to put it out into the world. You got to communicate it to your partners, your team, your clients, your spouse, your family. And so every week we talk about one of those principles, and we implement that principle into our lives. And the important, the really side effect of working with a group, we do this every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard, is we all get together, we talk about the one principle, and then we're all thinking about it throughout the rest of the week. We're going through the same mindset, and we're going through the same shift. We're having the same challenges, and we're sharing and hold it together with a community. So we actually move powerfully, because there's this camaraderie, there's social proof, there's everybody else is doing it. So I'm not in it alone. Like, there's no longer this feeling of being alone building wealth, being alone, building your success. Wealth principle 1. I'll tease you with a few of the wealth principles. I'm not going to throw them all at you right now.
No, that'll be amazing. Yes.
Wealth principle 1. And I think that if you were to sit down and write your own wealth principles, you'd have to agree with this one. It would be right in the first. It's think a million. Wealth principle 1 is think a million. Think that big first. You've got to get your mindset to thinking a million. Now, a million may be different. For Vinney Chopra, a million might be, a million an hour. I've got to go make $1 million of calls in an hour. For somebody else, it may be that first million in a year, or maybe 4 years, $250,000. Or maybe you're at that point where it's $1 million in 10 years. Maybe make that $100,000 a year. Totally. But you got to start thinking that first million, and then you can think about the second million. And I say this all the time: the first million is a bitch, Sorry, Vinney, I don't want to say on the podcast.
Yeah.
But the second million is inevitable.
So true.
If you get the first one, man, like, you figured it out. Now the second one is so much faster. It's so much easier. And I'll jump ahead to the 52nd wealth principle, 52. Yeah. And all the ones in between are so powerful, so impactful each week. Yes. But the 52nd one and the first one, when we go back and we do it, by the way, the people who come through this, we're in season 3. We're in year 3 of doing this. Wow. They're coming back again as multimillionaires and pentamillionaires. And they're saying, I'm doing it again because we double our income. We double our net worth through this process.
Yes.
Wealth principle 52 is sharpen the saw.
Oh,
start over. It's go back. It's
that's
review.
amazing. Who was Zig Ziglar or Stephen Covey?
Stephen Covey, you got
Stephen
it.
Covey, brother. Yeah. So many chopping the trees and all. And there was this other woodcutter who was sharpening every 1 hour. He cut twice as much trees.
That's right. The story of the old man and the young man. And
Yes.
the young man starts whacking away at the tree, and the old man's sharpening the saw.
Yes.
And slice. The tree falls. And the young man's beating, that tree the whole time with a dull blade.
I know, dull blade. That's what we do in our life, literally. We say, oh, we know everything. But then we don't sharpen the saw and then sharpen our mind. That's the thing. I know Zig Ziglar, our great mentor, said, it's the stinking thinking that gets us in trouble.
Yes, it's the stinking thinking.
It's the stinking thinking over here, the garbage. It's not the garbage underneath from the downside, from the mouth. It's up here. And you know what? The other thing, where many times people say, no, I don't want to invest into, I know everything. But the mindset is we spend hundreds of dollars in dinners when we eat to have that taste in our, and then it's all gone, right? There's no taste here, but it's only at the tongue. But the thing is, mind, we say, no, we don't want to spend money. No. We would rather spend money in, eating the garbage. No, not really. But anyway, the thing I like to promote to everybody, and I like to challenge everybody to really seek out a mastermind group, seek out a group, local group. And, the key thing is, if you put a little bit money on the line, you will be more inclined to attend the meetings. You will be more inclined to use that knowledge that you're going to get, because it's kind of like, how mentality is. If something is given free, it has zero value. Yeah. That's what I find.
Like our mind.
Right, exactly. Like I used to give my coaching for 10,000, 15. Now it's 40,000. And the people are willing to pay me 100,000 now. What? On one-on-one coaching. The key thing is I get into their mind and look at, and my one-on-one students are doing millions, literally millions within few months, and their mindset is so strong, and I give them all the tools. And anyway, but let me ask you a question. How can people join your mastermind, brother? Yeah.
So if they want to learn more about what we're doing, we do have our free resources at alchemistnation.com. But if they want to jump into the mentorship, which is a very low-level beginning, you just hold your hand, make sure you're closing deals. We guarantee you close your first deal in the first 60 days, or you'll at least have put your first offer in the first 30 days on real estate, multiple offers. That's the mentorship is go to gualteramarelo.com/GA. So it's my initials. And then there are other levels, but I'm strongly suggesting people come to the summit, right? Come to the 100 Millionaire Summit. Come to this opportunity to be in the room and meet millionaires. There'll be 100 millionaires in the room. There'll be multimillionaires on stage. I might even have Vinney Chopra on stage if he agrees. So depending on his schedule.
I wonder I think I'm in vacation or something. I know there was a conflict.
We're going to figure it out. It's possible. It could be your wife's birthday. So. Very important.
Brownie points. Hey, we all need brownie points, I'll be 70 this year. I can't wait to be talking like this when I'm 80, brother. I mean, I know Botox and all. I'm telling my wife already, hey, cutting edge. Vinney wants to look young.
Stay young. But we may see if we can get you to Zoom call in on the stage anyway.
Oh my gosh.
100 Millionaire Summit, Vinney. It's 100 millionaires inspired to build 100 millionaires.
I would love that. Wherever I am, if you give me time or something, I'll make it happen, brother. I know I'm so happy that we met again, and we'll meet again. I think we can really change the world together. I really believe that. But the key thing is, I think that youth, teaching and mentoring at free. We don't want to make any money. The key thing is to let's change one by one, and then they will change their peers. See, peers are the ones. That's why we say, it's the sum total of 5 or 7 people around us, or the 7 books we read, or whatever. The key thing is, if your peers are not stimulating you, if they're just saying, yeah, agreeing to you and chit chat, the bad stuff, you got to change your peers. You got to change them and maybe lift them up. Why not? You be the leader. You say, you know what? We heard, right there, brother, Gualter, we heard Vinney, and let them, listen to us and other great mentors here in USA and around the world. The key thing is to listen something and make sure that every day we are taking that little dose of positivity, little dose of excitement and enthusiasm and passion, because that's what it's all about. It's not getting up in the morning dead. What? Yeah, some of us really get up dead. And we go to the bathroom and all that. And then, we should be slapping ourselves and saying, hey, you are the best miracle in the world. And you got to get up and change the lives of people. So, let's be all that.
I like that. Every morning when you get up, just know you're a miracle. Know that there's an opportunity because you were born, you woke up today, you have this gift. There's so much in what you just said. And in this past, 45 minutes, we've been talking, Vinney, just so many nuggets. I'm so blessed to be able to have these conversations with you, to have you on the same mission of, helping the youth, helping other people who want to become millionaires, helping your millionaire friends invest their capital into deals that they believe are valuable and game changing. And I'll leave everybody with this one wealth principle. It's Wealth Principle 8. Don't save for a rainy day. Save to invest.
Oh my gosh.
Save to invest. You make that change, and suddenly every dollar you put into investments has impact on the planet, has impact on your life and your financial goals. Don't save for a rainy day. Save to invest. There's a lot of opportunity out there.
What you just said, saving money is one. Metaphorically, you could say, don't save your talent for a rainy day. Invest it, use it, make things happen, and teach other people, because teaching is twice learning. I always believe that, so take your talent, take your time, invest talent, time, and money. Oh, I like that. Talent, time,
and money.
Into everybody around you. Be the biggest, positive Pygmalion. I remember Lou Tice. I remember my previous company really invited 7 days of Lou Tice, and they gave us this big, manuals and all that. I still remember that. My wife and they invited us leaders and the wives also. And we had just a great, transformational studies, I think, about life. And that's what it's all about, because this life is so precious. We need to take charge of our life. We need to just take charge. Isn't that true, brother?
Vinney, I feel so blessed. I'm such a state of gratitude, of just like thankfulness. I wake up every day. I feel this way every day. Just so thankful that we have this chance to be here, this chance to experience reality together and with other people, with ourselves. But in this call, like listening to you right now, like your energy, this mindset you have, it's good to see that there's other people out there who are ahead of me, who are doing these things, who are sharing the same beliefs. I say all the time, the 100 millionaires is in the universe. There's other people saying it. There's other people doing it. We're all doing it together. We're collaborative. Anything that we can do to support a person's growth is exciting to us. We know we're doing something good.
I want that T-shirt, brother. I want that T-shirt.
Vinney, I'm going to text you. I'll get your address and I'll send you the T-shirt.
Thank you. Walter, so thankful, brother, for hanging out with me. So thankful, and again, it's such a pleasure to always meet you. And I'm looking forward to meeting you in person, breaking the bread together there in Florida. I'll be coming there probably end of June or sometime. I don't know the dates yet, but the key thing is I'll be coming, and let's make this a better world. Everybody, I hope you liked the nuggets today, what you saw, what you heard, and please pass this, great episode. I hope it was a good one for you to the people that you know so that they could also get a little glimpse of what we are trying to do it and how we want to change the world with your help. Give us 5-star reviews, because if you give 5-star written reviews or 5-star reviews on iTunes, we rank up higher and we can bring great, guests also. So thanks for spending this special time. How can people reach you again, brother? Let's see.
You can send me a direct message at alchemistnation.com. Mm-hmm. And like you were just saying, Vinney, share, like, subscribe, and follow for truth.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, brother.